Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull the exhaust manifold off of the head. And I went ahead and took this cover off. It was just two more 10 millimeters. Here's the cover. You can see it's got one here, then two on the top, and then one right there. And it goes in just like that. But to get this exhaust manifold off, you have 2, 4, 6, it's like 9, just like on the intake. 4 on top, 5 on bottom. And these look like they're a little bit bigger than the other ones. Yeah, these are 14s, where the intake was 12. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all of these off. Remember, these may be a little tight. As you can see, mine are. 1 inch. That one. There we go. And it looks like to actually get the last one on the front of the engine over on this side, I may have to take the power steering pump off, which has got to come off anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But we're going to get the ones we can first, and then we'll deal with that. So get my ratchet up in here. Oh, yeah, she's a little tight. God almighty. Off of there. Hung up on the bolt. Also, we got to take the O2 sensor out, because the middle one on the bottom is right where the O2 sensor is. I don't think I can snake through there, but I'm going to go ahead and take this power steering pump off. And it has its own belt. Where is the other bolt? Looks like it's on the bottom. I don't know if I can move it without loosening that. So let me take this belt off real quick and I'll bring y'all back. So we got the power steering pump off. There's the bolt in the back, and then there's one on the front. It is right there under the hose. And I went ahead and took the connector off as well, and that's got a bracket that holds it, the wire on it. And now that we got that out of the way, you can see the power steering bracket should be 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts that hold it on. And yeah, okay. But you can see we can get to the exhaust manifold bolt right here. Let's see if I can get y'all in there. That's the last one right down there. And then there's your 3 on the top and 1 on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and take this bracket off and get all the exhaust manifold bolts off. And after I do that, I'll bring y'all back. So we got the exhaust manifold off right here. Like I said, I did have to take the O2 sensor out of the middle of it. You can use a 7/8 or 22 millimeter O2 sensor socket. Either one will work. But the next thing that we are going to do is I'm actually going to drain the coolant. I don't know if this one has a valve on it or not. It does. I don't know how well y'all can see down in there, but that little white piece over there is your drain valve. We're going to drain the coolant, and while that's draining, I'm going to pull the coil off right here. And it should be, looks like a couple bolts on this side, and the other bolt is right here for the bracket. It looks like it's loose. It actually is loose, and I did not take that out. Well, go ahead and thread that out by hand. So, but we'll take the coil off real quick. That way we can get access to the thermostat housing, because that's going to have to come off too, because it runs and bolts onto the head. So let me go ahead and start draining this and pull that off, and once that gets through, we will start pulling the thermostat housing, but I'll show you the bolts to that before I do that. So the coolant has been draining and we got the coil off, and here is your thermostat. You can see it a lot better here, but there was a connector right there. I don't know how well y'all can see that, it's a little dark. There you go. And then that holds this on. It looks like two 10mm, or no, it look like 12s actually, not 10s. Let me get my wrench, see if that's what it is. Yep, it is a 12mm. You can do this with a deep socket or a wrench, but all the coolant should be drained out of it at this point. So I know my arm is in the way, but let me get this off real quick. I'll bring y'all right back. It's gonna be hard to show y'all this right here. I did take off all these hoses in the back though. You got two heater hoses and the two coolant hoses that run to your throttle body, but the two throttle bodies right there on top and the two heater hoses are on the bottom. So we took the whole like thermostat assembly off. Here's the housing right here. Like I said, it was only two 10mm or 12mm, but there was also two 12mm that held the housing that held the thermostat also. But the hose goes from here, and then there's the upper hose that goes to the little T where you pour the coolant in as well. And then there's one sensor right here. So this is your whole assembly right there, and here's your throttle body right there. I took that off also, but that's it right there. Like I said, there's two studs that holds two 12mm nuts for the actual cover that goes over the thermostat, and here's your thermostat right there. And it only goes in one way because there is a notch cut in on these thermostats, so that the bleeder hole is up at the top. So now we're at the point where we need to start taking stuff off the front, but what I am going to do actually is I'm probably going to cut the timing belt on this, because we're putting a new timing belt in it anyway. So the way I'm going to cut it is I'm going to hold this in the position where it's at, then with the socket, but then I'm going to get a razor or something and cut this right here, and that way I can take the head off, and then we can get down inside of there a little bit easier, because we do have to take the timing covers and all that stuff off. But I just really want to get the head off pretty quick so I can kind of see what's down in there, because if I don't have to take any of that stuff out because the rings are shot or something like that, there's no sense in taking all the other stuff off. But I really want to see what's behind the head. That's the main thing that's going to let me know what happened to this engine. So let me cut this belt, and I'm going to break these cylinder head bolts loose, and I will do it in sequence, but I'll show it to you before I start taking them off. Okay, as you can see, we got the belt cut it right there, and I just held it with a 17mm. And this head is held in with Allen bolts. So from cylinder, in between cylinder 3 and 4 back towards the timing belt, those are all 8mm. Then these back two big ones right here are 10mm Allens. So what I'm using is a long 8mm, and then I'm just using just like a mid-length on this one right here, because this one does sit down in there a little bit. So the way I'm going to take these out is I'm going to start on this side and go in a counterclockwise position toward and circular inside the head. So we're going to start right here, go to this one, then these two, then we'll come into these two, then back to the 2 in between cylinder 1 and 2, and then finally we'll stop whenever with the final 2, which is between 2 and 3. So I'm going to break these loose real quick and see if we can get this head off. Hopefully they come out pretty easy, but if you look, you can see how they are clogged up with old oil and stuff inside of these. So I want to clean them all out before I can do it, and that's going to take me a little bit to do. So, but I do have a breaker bar, a 1/2 inch with a 3/8 adapter. But I'm going to clean all these out and go ahead and break it loose, and whenever I get ready to pull the head up, I'll show it to you. Got all the head bolts out of it. Let's lift this head up and see what we find. That actually came off way easier than I thought it would. Boy, this head gasket is stuck. The layers are separating. That could be where our compression loss was coming from, because the 2 middle ones, 2 middle cylinders look a little clean to me. Especially number 2. Number 2 looks really clean. I'll get y'all in there so y'all can see it. I mean, you can tell it was washing it. There's number 1. 3 wasn't as bad as number 2, but it was still, you could still tell it was, looked like it had a little cleaning agent in it. And then that's number 4. But we'll turn the head over and see what we find. Here it is, and we did find out what was wrong. Check that out right there. It burnt a good chunk of that valve off. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take the cams out of it, take the timing belt pieces off the head, and get some of these sensors off so I can take it to a machine shop, and they're going to clean it for me because this head is extremely dirty. But they're going to clean it for me and then get them to deck it, do a valve job on it and all that stuff, because like I said, it did burn a valve pretty bad on this. Get a good picture for my thumbnail. There we go. But now that we know that it is a burnt valve and not anything else, what we can do is, I'll probably do this on the second video, but I'm going to clean all this up and just have this ready, and I'm going to probably tape this off too, just so nothing gets down in there, because it has been raining today. But in the next video, what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of the timing cover and the harmonic balancer off, so we can get to the sprocket and get the rest of this belt out, so we can get the number 1 piston back to top dead center. But this is probably going to conclude this video, because in the next one, like I said, I'll show you that, and I'll go over all the installation procedures, like the torque specs, torque sequence, and all the good stuff. And I'll show you all the parts that we got coming for it. But if y'all enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and until next time, y'all have yourselves a great day.